man, it seems like every time I come to Kentucky Lake by myself, got a little traffic jam going on, so we're getting ready to head into Caro. And we are at a dead still, running behind. Wanted to be on the water by now, but just didn't work out. Late nights and all that. I'm gonna try to get on a little topwater bite. It's that time of year, you know, late summer, early fall, where the fish start pulling up shallow, and it happens. It just kind of starts happening. So you definitely got to check it. We're gonna put in at the dam today, and tomorrow I think we're gonna go down Ken Lake area and check that out. This is a holiday weekend, so there's gonna be a lot of boats out in the water, but good thing about Kentucky Lake is it's not quite as crazy as some of the other lakes, say Table Rock or Lake of the Ozarks or even Lake of the Egypt. So you can get away, you know, it's spread out, it's not terrible. But we got Finley's Purple Haze in tow back there, and we're gonna see what happens if I can ever make it to the lake. Been sitting here for a minute. I don't know what's going on exactly. I don't think there's any kind of a wreck because it's a pretty wide road. If there's a wreck, you think that we'd be able to get around, but anyway, we're excited to get out there in the water. It's been a couple days just trying to learn this lake a little more. You know, I'm thinking about going as a boater next year, so I got to come down here and start making these trips and put in the time on the water. I'm gonna do a lot of scanning, just trying to find stumps and brush and all the things that hold fish. So we're finally starting to move. Thank the Lord, thank the Lord. If you're looking for some tackle, THM10 at Baitworks, get you 10% off. So give them a look. You know, they got quite a few things. Check them out. It's a great way to support the channel. And okay, we're moving right here to the historic Caro Bridge. Interesting town. Interesting town. I don't know how many of you that are watching have been through Caro, but it's an interesting town. It used to be a booming deal, but it's definitely not anymore. I don't know, maybe someday it'll come back. It just takes some tax money, I do believe. We've got some state troopers up here. Looks like they're doing some power line work. So Barney Fife right here, holding down the fort. Yeah, that's what we got going on. We got some power line stuff going on. Maybe they're beefing up the power because this place is getting ready to blow up.
Talk some Bass Fishing Hall of Fame, some really cool stuff here in the first segment. And then we've got that Rookie of the Year trophy next to you, because for 10 years it was like...
Alright, this is the scariest part about this trip. Just crossing this bridge here. It's not super tight, but you gotta pay attention. It gets a little skinny right here, especially when you got a big rig coming. Going across the Ohio River, Caro to Wycliffe.
Johnny Morris has there in Springfield, Missouri. Best aquarium.
Gotta keep it between the lines, folks. God, we're gonna die.
Hall of Fame, and you're like President.
Yeah, they'll start this year, President-elect.
So, Bruce, I started this in 2008.
That's the ones you gotta worry about. That's the ones that will get you. They'll hit that mirror if you're not careful. Take your trolling motor off.
When I can tell people
like
what, and I mean, when I can tell memory, like I can remember things that most.
All right, finally made it to the lake, man. Pulling down the hill. It's 70 degrees, but we saw low 60s this morning. Parking lot's empty, man. It's kind of nice. Easy to get in here. It's supposed to get up in the 80s today. Like I said, the water's down a little bit, but oh man, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting out there, and you know, it's like, it's not a new lake, but it's new when you're out there fishing by yourself. A lot to learn, and I'm glad I got a couple days to just kind of play around and figure some things out. The bird is in the water, making that long idle out of the marina. The water's low a little bit, 80, right at 82 degrees water temp. It's got some pretty good stain to it, and man, there ain't There's a stitch of wind here in the marina. I don't know if we get out here behind this break wall, there'll be some wind, but it's still out here. It definitely feels like summer minus the heat. We just got that kind of feel. We got cicadas. The cicada hatch came out about a couple weeks ago, so they're chirping in the background. Some shad in the marina here. I thought about fishing all these docks, but I think we're gonna bypass this and do some exploration in different parts of the lake. I mean, I'm sure we catch a fish here. It looks really, really tempting. Might be something we'll come back and do a little bit later. Got him. Caught me a bass. I'm gonna go to a little Ned rig. What we got is one. Got him. Get some Ned rig fish. It's better than no fish, I guess. Still on that little 3 1/4 inch Slinko Yamamoto, just a little Ned bait. There we go. All right, folks. Man, we've been trying a lot of different stuff. Haven't been able to really find any fish, and start throwing this little Ned rig. This is just a 3 1/4 inch Yamamoto Slinko. Just a big kind of big furry bait. It's got a lot of mass. And an 1/8 ounce jig head. This is just a little Strike King Ned rig. I like this one a lot. It's got that kind of Kell style hook. Or that's, yeah, whatever kind of hook that is. Decent keeper, single weed guard, and we're just fishing slow. We're having to slow down. We tried a bunch of different stuff, and I'm starting to get some bites on this. Middle of the day, you know, finesse. See what happens. We got a little Ned rig bite going. Yeah, looks like a freaking place you can catch a fish. Doesn't it? Caught us one. Ooh, keep your smallmouth. Jig in the bush. Jig in the bush. Man, they're making us work today. They are making us work today. Just a little 1/2 ounce jig up in that little bush there on the bank. Oh, I try to jump back in the boat. I don't know. Finally. A little bass, but got him. Let's try and jump out. Keep on swimming, buddy. Keep on swimming. It's all you, BA. There we go. Jig fish. Go, caught me a little smallmouth. A little jig, shallow off a lay down. Man, I've done a little bit of everything today. Really haven't figured much out. I mean, I've caught a few fish in a lot of different ways, and you know, we've only got about an hour left max. I want to give myself time to run back, and what I really haven't done is flipped a lot of wood, so that's what we're doing. Found a little stretch, just got some wood back in the creek, and we'll see what happens. Oh yeah. Another one. Small one. And 3 keepers. Largy. I mean, right on the bank. Literally in like 6 inches of water. Fish was like right there. Small drought. All right, folks. It's gonna wrap it up, man. These smallmouth are beautiful. We caught a few fish, nothing big, but jig, kind of Ned rig, little swim bait. I don't know, that kind of stuff. Tomorrow's a new day. I'm gonna try to get out here a lot earlier and try to capitalize on a topwater bite. So, fun day. It wasn't easy, but we kept our head down and managed to scratch up a few fish. So, day 2 coming soon. Good morning, folks. Day 2 of fun fishing on Kentucky Lake. Got out here about like I wanted to. I'm about 15 minutes behind, but it's about 6:40 in the morning. Water temps are like 79 degrees. Saw 82 degrees yesterday. Yesterday I was just kind of looking around. It's kind of the plan is to, I'm doing a lot of idling, just marking stuff for future, just trying to learn this lake a little bit more. I mean, I've fished it plenty out of the back of the boat, but if I'm gonna jump over to the other side, I need to put my time in. That's what we're doing. We're down here at Ken Lake. Actually, we're at Fenton Boat Ramp. There's the bridge right there. We're gonna play around on this section of the lake and try to get on topwater bites since we still got some low light. And then we're just gonna, I don't know, fish some main lake banks, some points, and I'm gonna do some dock fishing. You know, I'm gonna run in some of these little bays and fish some of these docks. And then we're gonna finish up the day just scanning. I'm gonna look for stumps, bars, that kind of stuff, just for the future stuff. So we've got a fun day ahead of us. 80 something degrees today. Not pulling much current. The water's got a little stain over there on the west side. The east side's still decent stain. You know, it's always clear on the east side, but it's still pretty stained. And I'm ready to put this boat up on pad. Let's go. Got him. Little guy. Ain't much of a fish, but we got one in the boat. Got his one. Gonna bite anyway. Little one. Largemouth. That's surprising. Oh, small, oh, man, you got it. well, this is what we're catching on topwater. I mean, we had a bunch of bites. We're gonna run it a little bit longer while the shade's still here, because it is fun. Kind of switch between 2 different shower blows, and now I'm throwing a spook 1 knocker. And I don't know, it's fun. We'll keep covering some water. Look at that, skinny keeper. Well, ain't much. Sucker, look at that. Super skinny fish. Net rig. Got it. Settle the hell down, man. There you go, a little smallmouth and crankbait. Yeah, just trying to cover some of this windy water. Just a little bit back in one of these coves. We're still playing around, man. We're enjoying the day. Just learning about this lake. Been doing a little bit of idling, a little bit of fishing, and oh, life is good. We'll find some here shortly. It's a pretty fish. It's real shallow right there, ain't it? Shallow Lake Point. There's a good one. There's a good one. Damn drum. I thought that was a big old smallmouth. Worm. There we go. Man, Kentucky Lake, it's not been kind to me. Can't really put anything together. I've tried a little bit of everything, and nothing's really consistent. It's just kind of junk fishing for me. I don't know though. This is how you learn though. If you have been watching this video to find out the latest and greatest patterns, late summer, fall time on Kentucky Lake, you're absolutely disappointed. Did not get it done. Didn't go according to plan. Well, I take that back. This was just kind of an exploration trip. Did a lot of fishing, but I did a lot of scanning, and I was looking for a little bit of everything. Just kind of mixed up. I never really got locked into one pattern, and it's a transition period down there right now. You know, we're coming off of the summer, moving towards fall, and Kentucky Lake, Tennessee River is notorious for difficult fishing this time of year. The fish just start moving around, and I'm still learning the lake for sure. So I'm not up on the places to look. Spent a lot of time fishing out main lake type of stuff, deeper banks. You know, day one, I caught a few fish, just mixing it up. Like I said, I'm trying to keep an open mind. And day two was a little bit tougher for me. There was a lot more boat traffic. I had planned on fishing some docks and stuff, and some of the areas that had the best docks were just getting hammered by boat traffic. And I kind of gave up on some of that stuff. If I had to do it all over again and I was going to fish shallow, I would have covered a lot of water with the crankbait. I did get some bites on basically just a rock crawler, like a little bit smaller rock crawler, and I didn't throw it a whole bunch, but I should have kept running with that, because that seemed to be the best way to catch fish covering water, you know, in that less than 8 feet of water type of deal. You know, I threw a chatterbaits. I threw pretty much everything. As far as slowing down, you know, a Ned rig, got a few bites. Towards the end of the day, I did catch some fish on an old monster. But a lot of scanning. I marked a lot of potential stuff. I looked at a lot of bars that I thought maybe those main lake, those river fish would spawn on in the spring. So I've got some stuff to look at, you know, next spring when it gets closer, or some like post-spawn type spots, pre-spawn type spots. I marked a little bit of everything. You know, I concentrated day one. I put in at the dam, and I ran south as far as Sugar. I kind of played around in that general vicinity, and then day two I put in at Fenton, or across from Ken Lake, and I ran north a little bit, fished around Vickers and Rhodes and some of those. Then I ran back down south on the other side of the bridge and fished, just did a lot of scanning, fished a few things down there, and then I ended up at Jonathan Creek. And you know, starting at Jonathan Creek north is the area of the lake that I know the best, which isn't great, but I know it a little bit more. So I kind of intentionally stayed away from those areas, because I already had, you know, I was trying to not fish any kind of history, just trying to go down there and learn different sections of the lake. So, you know, it was a success as far as finding some interesting pieces of cover and doing some scanning and getting the boat out, running it in rough water, and it handled great. I'm super stoked with the Phoenix platform. The 819's been a good boat. You know, I got in some rough water. You know, I was testing out the Precision Sonar mounts. They held up well. Never felt like they were moving around. The boat gets out of the hole awesome. Upper end, man, I got it up to 67, almost 68 miles an hour. I put some water in the live well, on the passenger side live well, to kind of offset the weight, and just me being in there by myself to keep the chine walking down to a minimal. But you know, I got up there 67, 68, and I still had some trim for sure. So I honestly think if I had the balls to do it, and I had everything weighted right, I think I'm gonna hit 70, 71. But you know, 65, super comfortable ride. It doesn't walk really or anything, but once I get up there, I start trimming her up to get it around that 67, 68 mark. She does get a little bit squirrely, but I don't have much weight in there. I got lithium batteries in the back, so the ass end's kind of light. Weight distribution is really important when you start getting all the performance out of a boat. So we can tinker around with that, but I'm completely happy. It was fun just running around the lake at, you know, 55, 60 miles an hour, and I haven't worried about anything. Handled big waves just fine. I feel completely comfortable. You know, I'll be heading down to Lake of the Ozarks and some of these other lakes that have big boats on them, and I feel completely comfortable in that boat. But we're gonna keep plugging away. We're planning on making several trips down to Kentucky Lake and continue to learn. You got to put the time in. You know, you just got to keep going down there and keep going down there and learning more and more about the lake. And you know, there's gonna be trips that you don't catch them, like this trip, and then there's gonna be trips when you figure it out and you feel like you know what you're doing. So that's part of the learning process. And life is about learning. It's just non-stop learning. If you think you know everything, you don't know jack. So keep an open mind, stay positive, and if you fall off the horse, get back on the horse. You know all the cliches. Just keep getting after it. That's enough. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for watching the video. Subscribe, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Until next time.